Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. Today I want to talk about how you guys can pick the best army for war attacks and how you can identify the weaknesses of bases, and we will try to take a look at a base in our war, Noobs MTV versus Hello for Now. And we have a couple of attacks in there. I'll most likely show a couple of more attacks later on this week, but for now we will try to plan together on this base. I will try to obviously triple it as soon as we have our plan set up. I will show you guys how you triple basically any base with this Townhall setup, because it's really common out there and a lot of bases use it, especially older bases. But if you guys like my channel, if you guys like my content and you would like to support me, you can do that easily with your in-game in your settings, in more settings, and then scroll down over there to the bottom of the page, and over there you can type in the creator code ITSU. With this you will support me with any in-game purchases or whatever, and guys, make sure you have to retype the code in every 7 days. But I think now, after talking about all of this, we should go on the map, on the base, and I will try to explain to you guys what is so common about this Town Hall compartment. You will see kind of often setups where there's a really long compartment in front of the Town Hall. Then you have the Town Hall in behind, so you cannot reach the Town Hall from the outside. And then you have a second compartment around the Town Hall, which makes it that you cannot reach the Town Hall without breaking your queen in. This is a setup which you can find in a lot of different bases, and it's super easy to counter. It was really popular maybe 1 year ago when we qualified, and how you can counter it, it's pretty easy with the queen walk. Just starting in front of the pink compartment, I will call it for now, and then let your queen walk on the side of the Town Hall. You do not want to take out the Town Hall on your own with your queen. That's not a problem at all. You just want to create the pathing. What you want to do, you want your queen to walk on the outside, jump into the back end, and then you can start something like miners, dragons, sometimes hawk riders, whatever you want. We will take out whatever's on the right side of this pink line, like in the pink box basically. This is the goal for our queen charge. We want to take all of this out and prepare the base for our second phase, I would call it. The next thing which you obviously have is the king, and you have the slammer, and you have a lot of different stuff left to go, which means this way on how you can attack this base is working on Town Hall 12 as well. So this means you do not need the Royal Champion to make this attack work. But for now, let's get a couple of more colors in there, because the blue part is getting taken out by the king. That's the next goal. And the yellow part is getting taken out by basically your second phase. So what is the second phase most of the time? It can be anything. You can use hawk riders, dragons, loons. You can use basically whatever you want. The reason for that is really simple, because you have get everything in front of the Town Hall, which means you can easily drop a miner on the Town Hall, activate the Town Hall, and then just get the hawk riders going. You can use dragons because you created really good pathing. You can use miners because you created really good pathing. There are so many different possibilities to use after you prepared the base like this. So let's get a little bit more in-depth about the queen walk. We want to start the queen in between of the dark spell factory and the builder hut. We use the king on the left side of our queen to make sure that she's walking the right way. We want her to go to the right, because this means we can take out 3 air defenses overall for our queen charge. This means after that only 1 air defense is left, which means dragons are a really good choice. Our king will basically walk in between of the buildings, which means he's going for the elixir collector, gold mine, dark elixir drill, archer tower, and then the dark storage. Those are the buildings which we want to take out with our king. And meanwhile, the queen is going to take out all of this, and then she's walking to the right side. All of this is getting taken out by the queen. This means this black part is still standing in the end, and this means we can drop easily our dragons on the Town Hall and the gold storage. This is super effective because we can just drop our troops immediately onto the Town Hall, which means it's a super easy and safe warden ability, super high value, because we're getting right into the base, blocking not only the giga bomb of the Town Hall, but we drop, like, we're protecting our dragons as well from the eagle shots. So all of this together is super effective. We can start with our dragons as soon as this sweeper is going down, because this sweeper looks a little bit annoying. The other sweeper is pretty useless for our second part, so this is totally fine with that still being up. We want our queen to go right, so this means at the bottom we have to funnel all of this away, which means we can put an archer or something like that over there, and then a baby dragon to funnel the rest. The mortar is getting taken away with maybe a loon or something like that, and this means our queen will easily pass into the compartment and will clear all of this with ease. The rest is just placing a jump spell to lead our queen into the back end, and then she can reach not only the enemy sweeper, but the enemy eagle as well. This is another really nice thing for us, that the queen can reach all of this. In addition to that, well, obviously the base is not maxed, but even if the base would have been maxed, the expos are not set to ground, which means our queen walk should go super easy in there. So let's check out the army. The army would be 1 archer, 1 wizard, 7 loons, a lot of coconut loons obviously in this one, then 8 dragons, and I love to bring the slammer in combination with even more dragons to make sure that all of my dragons are actually being able to power through the core and through the rest of the base. Like I said, on our plan we still have the Royal Champion left. Most of the time, like I said, this is more like a Townhall 12 strategy, which just got converted to Townhall 13, which means the Royal Champion is most of the time not even included in the plan, which for us means we can use her wherever we want. We can use the Royal Champion just to snipe maybe an air defense or whatever we want to go for. But now let's see whether we can use hero potion. We have 4 left. This means we could boost up our king 1 more level, which is pretty nice. I mean, we should just take it, right? The war is super close, so we for sure should take the boost for our hero and the last level for our king. I mean, a couple of days and then our king will be maxed anyway, so that's totally fine with us. We should be able to get this done, hopefully. I mean, after saying all of this, I do not want to jinx myself actually. But so going through all of that last time, starting our queen in between of the Builder Hut and the Dark Spell Factory, letting her walk on the right side, meanwhile starting off with our king, and we have to make sure that we're dropping our healers not into the range of one of those arch towers. I think in front of the Builder Hut is a nice spot for her to place, and that should be ready to go, or like that should do it. We will drop 1 archer at the bottom to funnel everything, and then 1 coconut loon and the baby dragon on the right side. So I think we're ready. We do not, I don't know whether we can activate in-game the hero boost, so we should do it right now. Having the heroes maxed now, which is nice. I mean, it might be overkill because, like I said, this base is not completely maxed, but still, we need the triple. Even though this is like not maybe a max attack versus a max base, we still want to get the triple done to make this war not as close as it is right now. So let's get started. We're starting, like I said, in front of, or like in between the Builder Hut and the Dark Elixir, the Dark Spell Factory, sorry. Double checking whether our Warden is on air and our Slammer is activated. So far everything looks great, so we can start the attack. So let's get started. Queen getting placed really soon. Obviously, guys, I mean, you know it. I have to talk over this because I did the live attack for the German video. I hope you guys do not mind. So let's get the live replay at least for you guys and see how it goes. Using a rage really early just to make sure that we're getting through the enemy king and boosting the time a little bit. Otherwise, dragons, I guess you know it, sometimes they struggle a little bit with time. We're soaking up a black man, which is nice for us. Enemy clan castle is coming out, but the clan castle is going to our enemy, like to our own king, which is okay. Like, we do not mind too much. Now the baby dragon. I feel like the archer is not fast enough, but I think our queen should go still inside the base because the baby dragon is funneling the rest of this part of the base, so it should be alright. Queen is taking out the gold mine. The next thing which she is gonna target, hopefully, is going to be the air defense. Queen is going on the outside. That's really unfortunate. Okay, so we have to freeze the enemy clan castle so our queen can actually kill the air defense. Otherwise, we'll have huge struggles getting through this. Okay, this is not going as planned. The queen, the archer was way too slow with funneling everything. This is bad. Okay, jump spell is placed. Maybe we can somehow save this still. The bad thing about this now is that the ice goblins are coming now from the back, which means they are gonna freeze our healers. This is not good. Okay, another frozen healers. I need to use my queen ability most likely. Using the queen ability now, getting through the enemy queen, all of the dragons in, because we want to split the damage in between of our queen and in between of the dragons. Now the royal champion to snipe the air defense. Meanwhile, our queen is still going strong, doing her thing over there. Warden ability to block all of this. This guy has already a really high upgraded town hall, which means our dragons are getting slowed, which is not too bad for us. Still, queen is going to take down the expo. I'm freezing everything. The rage and the freeze. That was way too late. Why am I so freaking late? Okay, the rage and the freeze were basically swagged at this point. So now we have to hope for our dragons being able to power through the rest of this base. We still have 3 loons left to place. We should wait with them a little bit more. There's a troll Tesla, and then we can try to snipe the archer tower on the back end. Maybe we can get rid of this air defense somehow. One dragon is splitting over there. The warden with the clutch warden last attack. This might be soon enough. It depends on the dragon splits. One dragon is going to the right. The other dragons are at the top. This is getting super close, and I mean, you guys know it. I'm famous for my 99% attacks, but is this another 99%? It feels like the splits are really good for us, so this means this should be a triple. Okay, there went, like, so much went wrong in there, so I think we should rewatch that. We should try to figure out what went wrong, what could be improved on. I mean, it's still 3-star, but mainly because the defense were not maxed, so we could have done way better. And this is, I get so many questions like, why or like, what do you guys do to get so good at the game? Even if you're triple, you should not be happy with, or like, you should be happy with the result, obviously, but you still should look for stuff which you can improve on. So watching or rewatching this attack, so let's try to figure something out which we could have done better. So first off, the queen walk in the beginning and the king part went perfectly. The wizard at the top funneled everything inside, or like the king inside, perfectly. The rage placement was perfect. The coconut loon, I obviously had already a replay on this base, so I knew the black mine over there, so that was nice. But everything so far is working perfectly. The only mistake I did in this attack, I should have dropped another wizard at the bottom and not the archer. The archer on its own was not fast enough, and with this laboratory not going down, this is the huge thing in this attack. Otherwise, if my queen would have stepped to the wizard tower now, and the next thing which she would have targeted is the air defense. This is so close. Like, if this building is going down, this would have meant my queen would have went for the air defense. We would have not needed all of this freezes and rages, whatever. This attack would have been a crazy big overkill. So this is what we did wrong, and still we managed to triple this base. So guys, like I said, this way on how you can attack those setups of the Town Hall is so overpowering. It's not only working on Town Hall 13, like I said, this is a Town Hall 12 strategy. This is a Town Hall 12 setup on how you can attack those bases. So this will always work if you find the right second phase. Like, sometimes you need dragons, sometimes, like I said, on this part, I could easily sneak in one miner on the Town Hall to activate the Town Hall, and then just get all of the Hog Riders into the Town Hall. I do not even need the 50% mark. You could go for miners. The pathing for the miners is perfect as well. There's so many possibilities with this setup of a Queen Walk. It's super easy to execute. It's most of the time, except when you're messing up the funneling, obviously. But otherwise, it's normally super easy to execute. And yeah, we did the next attack. We should have raged our dragons. Instead, I tried to save my queen somehow. I should have frozen the enemy warden, I guess. But this means the warden is sniping my queen. And from now on, it's going to be close. This is the reason why this attack got so close. Otherwise, it would have been huge overkill. So those were the two mistakes. First, my funneling was not perfect. The second thing is, I dropped the spells way too late. I could have saved my queen if I would have frozen the enemy warden and would have dropped the rage way earlier. Then it would have been way easier. But with this, it got really close. The 3 loons in the end were really clutch, sniping the troll Tesla and the archer tower while tanking for each other. So that was really nice. But yeah, I mean, in the end it worked out. So we shouldn't be too upset or whatever. But still, this was for sure something we could have improved on. Lucky dragon splits in the end to make sure that this is going to be a triple. And yeah, let me know, guys, what do you think about videos like this? Would you guys like more videos where I explain a bit more in depth how you can counter certain things of a base and how you can counter basically most bases which have this Townhall setup, and where I try to explain this a little bit more in depth. Let me guys know what you guys think about that. That would be awesome. I will obviously show you a couple of more attacks of this war, because this was a really awesome war. It was super close. And guys, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys hopefully in the next video. Until then, see you guys, and bye bye.